What's going on? It's Ed here from Junk Marketing Team. Welcome to the Junk Removal Show. Casey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, so I got Casey Walsh from Stand Up Guys Junk Removal. He's got a whole bunch of locations. He's making a whole bunch of revenue. Here to pick his brain, learn from his story, and why don't we just jump right in? Give us a little bit of background on how you got started in the business.
I can go real far back if you want. I was, a typical story. I dabbled in it here and there. I was actually doing it back in high school in 2005.
Okay.
My father owned a construction business, and so he had an extra trailer, and his customers would need things picked up here and there, and so he kind of taught me how to drive the trailer. I'd pick up things, take it to the dump. So I kind of learned that aspect of it. And there was a couple times where someone would, ask him like, "Hey, can you take this couch too, since you're taking the deck you just tore down," or something like that. And so he'd tell him, "Yeah, it's $50 or something." And then we throw it in the trailer, I take it. And then it's kind of when the spark went off in my head, there's, when I saw money and the service put together, then I started putting little bandit signs out, and I was doing the hauling things on the weekends while I was in high school. But then I graduated and kind of went off to do other things, nothing of importance. And right around the age 19, I read a book that kind of changed a lot of perspective for me and put me on the right path. And I decided that I was going to run my own business. I was going to work for myself. And the one thing I did know was I had been doing it before, so I just jumped right back into the junk game, and that was 13 years ago. So that's kind of how I got started in it.
What was the book that changed your life?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Awesome book. If you guys
I tell people all the time the story because it's odd. I was at a restaurant. I was 19 years old. I was at a restaurant with some friends, just doing absolutely nothing special. And as I was leaving, I was the last one in the rung of people walking down. And this guy reaches up and grabs me, and he kind of startled me at first. And he stands up, and he's with his wife and I believe 2 kids. And he's like, "Hey, I saw you sitting over there. I really want to tell you about this book that I read that I really wanted you to read." And it's like so off the wall because I have no idea, like, why me, why this, whatever. And then he writes down he takes out the receipt he had or whatever he had in front of him and wrote down that book and handed it to me. And I went and bought it the next day because it was so weird. And then I read it, and I probably got halfway through it when I made the decision. I honestly don't even know if I ever finished the book. But I was so motivated reading it, and it really changed my perspective. And I think going into it with the mindset that I did about this experience of this person telling me about it and how bizarre it was. So it's almost like I took the book more seriously than if I just had taken it off the shelf.
Got it.
And it wasn't a week later I started saving up my money. I was working 2 jobs, saved up, I think it was exactly $4,000, and I bought a pickup truck. I borrowed that old trailer from my dad and got to work.